Here everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. Sometimes government processes can feel, well, a bit like a giant puzzle, right? Totally overwhelming. But today, we're going to completely demystify the online voter registration process for the state of Alabama. We're breaking the whole shebang down into simple, easy-to-manage pieces.
Are you ready to make your voice heard in the upcoming elections but don't know where to start? If you're living in Alabama, registering to vote online is just a few clicks away. Stay tuned to learn everything you need to know to ensure your vote counts.
Okay, let's dive right into our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at 1. Eligibility and preparation, 2. The step-by-step guide, 3. Verifying your registration, 4. Important deadlines and rules, and finally, 5. Troubleshooting and FAQs.
All right, starting off with Section 1, Eligibility and Preparation. Let's figure out if you actually qualify to register and what exactly you need to grab before we jump in.
So here are your absolute baseline requirements. You got to be a U.S. citizen and a resident of Alabama. You can't have any disqualifying felony convictions, and you must not have been legally declared mentally incompetent by a court. But hey, here's a really cool kind of surprising fact for you. To actually cast a ballot, you need to be 18 on or before Election Day. But Alabama lets you submit your application when you're just 17 and a half. It basically just sits there in pending mode and then, boom, formally activates on your 18th birthday. How cool is that?
Now, what's really interesting here is the distinct difference in how you prove your identity online versus on paper. To use the online portal, and this is absolutely crucial, you must possess a valid state-issued Alabama driver's license or a non-driver ID. If you don't have one of those specific cards, you literally can't register online. The paper forms, they're a bit more flexible. They'll actually let you use the last 4 digits of your social security number if you're missing that state ID.
Moving right along to Section 2, the step-by-step guide. Let's actually walk through the digital process itself.
First things first, you got to know where to go. The whole process lives on a highly secure web application managed directly by the Alabama Secretary of State's office. You can access it by heading over to alabamavotes.gov or go directly through alabamainteractive.org. Just, always double-check you're on these official state websites before typing in any personal info, right?
Once you're in, don't worry, the interface is super straightforward. It guides you through a very simple sequence. Step 1, you drop in your basic personal info and those critical state ID numbers we just talked about. Step 2 is address mapping, basically making sure you're dropped into the exact right voting district, plus a few standard demographic questions. And finally, Step 3. This is where you'll read and digitally sign an oath under penalty of perjury, swearing that yes, you meet all those eligibility requirements.
Now, you might be wondering, why are they so strict about needing that specific Alabama driver's license or ID for the online portal? Well, here is the secret sauce. When you click Agree on that digital oath, the system instantly talks to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency database, the DMV. It grabs the digital signature they already have on file for you and merges it right into your electronic voting record. It's literally a seamless digital handshake. Super efficient.
Okay, on to Section 3, verifying your registration. Because hitting submit isn't quite the end of the road.
You definitely don't want to just assume everything went perfectly and call it a day. You can easily and proactively check your status using the state's voter view portal. It's a breeze. Just pop in your first name, last name, and date of birth. Or you can just keep a close eye on your physical mailbox. Once you're approved, the Board of Registrars is going to mail you an official voter identification card that actually shows your polling place. And a quick heads up, if your application was missing something, they'll mail you asking for more info. So definitely don't ignore letters from the county.
Section 4. Important deadlines and rules. This part is absolutely make or break, folks.
And this brilliantly illustrates our magic number for today, 15. In Alabama, your online voter registration has to be 100% completed and submitted through that portal no later than 11:59 p.m. on the 15th day before Election Day. Not 2 weeks before, not the week before, the 15th day.
Let's look at how this timeline actually plays out. The hard deadline is that 15th day. Why? Well, because exactly 14 days before the election, the state officially closes registration to compile and print the final voter lists. If you happen to hit submit during that 14-day freeze period, your application is still technically valid, but, and it's a huge but, it won't activate until the next election. You'll literally be sitting this current one out.
Look at this real-world snippet from an Alabama administrative election calendar. It meticulously maps out every single cutoff date. The state takes these deadlines incredibly seriously, coordinating a massive effort between probate judges, sheriffs, and absentee election managers. Because the state adheres to these rules so strictly, you have to as well. There is literally zero wiggle room here.
All right, final stretch. Section 5, troubleshooting and FAQs. Let's clear up any lingering confusion you might have.
Let's rapid fire through a few common scenarios. What if you don't have an Alabama driver's license? Like we said, no online portal for you. You gotta print and mail a paper application using your social security number. Are you a college student? Good news. You can absolutely register using your campus address if you consider that your true residence. Got a past conviction record? Don't assume you're permanently disqualified. You might be eligible for a certificate of eligibility to register to vote, otherwise known as a CERV. Oh, and one last massive tip for Election Day. Alabama does not accept digital driver's licenses on your phone at the polls. No way. You've got to bring your physical, hard copy photo ID with you.
Before we wrap up, I need to share this very important reminder. While we've provided comprehensive information to help you register to vote online in Alabama, always refer to Alabama's official voting website or contact local election officials for the most current information and guidance. Election laws can and do change, so the Secretary of State's office is always going to be your ultimate source of truth.
So, here we are at the end of our explainer. You have the step-by-step tools, you understand the strict ID requirements, and you know about that non-negotiable 15-day deadline. The only question left is, will you take 2 minutes today to secure your vote for tomorrow? Don't wait until the last second. Get online, get registered, and get ready to participate. Thanks so much for hanging out and learning with me today.